Logging and forest products have been a big part of Eastern Kentucky. We probably hear it at every Farm Bureau meeting or every agriculture meeting that you go to. We have got to tell our story and explain why we are doing what we are doing. We're not just going out here and tearing up the land or tearing up the woods. You need to manage your woodlands just like you would manage your cropland. I grew up in Scott County in a little community called Stamping Ground. When I was really little, we had some beef cattle and then sold those, but most of my childhood was consumed with horses. I grew up riding and showing Rocky Mountain horses. As a youth, 4-H and FFA obviously are at the forefront. I was involved in both of those groups from an early age, and that certainly laid the foundation for a leader. When Reed and I met, he was serving as the Young Farmer Chair for Wolfe County. And one summer he said, "Why don't you go to a Young Farmer outing with me?" And I thought, okay, and immediately fell in love with what Farm Bureau was doing. I was accepted into the LEAD program and then had the opportunity to serve in the Young Farmer State Committee. As Young Farmer Chair, I have a seat on the board of directors. But it has been so interesting to see kind of the behind the scenes and the inner workings of this organization, to really see how everything comes together within this organization, and it truly is grassroots. I mean, everybody that's on that board is heavily involved in agriculture. It's so interesting to see all those different perspectives come together and really make an impact on Kentucky agriculture and Kentucky Farm Bureau. When Reed was a teenager, he and his dad started doing the firewood business, selling on a program that takes firewood to low-income households. And that was something that he and his dad could do together. So that was what really got it started. We've been doing that now for probably 10 or 11 years. But we actually have been able to apply for cost shares through USDA's wildlife habitat improvement projects and timber stand improvement projects. And the premise behind both of those is that you're going in and you cut species that are overshadowing the hardwoods, which is what we want in the area, what's native to the area. Making the woods a place that's more habitable for wildlife, getting rid of species that don't provide a shelter or don't provide a food source. And because we have the firewood business, we're not just cutting trees and leaving them lay on the forest floor. We're able to bring those out and then use those products to turn into the firewood. It's a good thing to be doing these programs and being involved in them to help the longevity and the conservation efforts of the state. We are long-term improving the land for the wildlife, for timber, and for future generations. So it's really important for those of us that are involved in agriculture to really speak to what we are doing and why we are doing it. We're all here to do the same thing. We're all here to feed a nation and to feed a world, and we want to do it in a healthy and sustainable way. And I think that's what we are doing. We just need to make sure people know that that's what we're doing.